Welcome everyone. This is Yoli. Welcome to From a Different Lens with Yoli. In Kimberley, yes. And this is Mpho.
Hi
Uh,
everyone. Yeah.
so I've met Mpho only today, and she was on the Mandela Washington Fellowship Program, and I was just like so intrigued with the conversation that we've had, and I'm like, I have to interview you. I believe tomorrow you're going somewhere. Where are you off to tomorrow?
I'm going to Ethiopia on Friday. Tomorrow's first day, so I'm leaving on Friday.
So she's going to Ethiopia. I mean, she's
Yeah.
jet setting already. So that's why I had to have this. I had to have the conversation today.
Okay. Yeah.
So welcome, Mpho.
Thank you, Yoli. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mpho, just who is Mpho? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I am from Bantristat. It's a small village here in Northern Cape.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm just someone who tries, and who tries by trying. I mean, doesn't matter how small you can think or how big you can think. I try.
Yes.
Um, I am what I do for a living. Okay, I've worked for several government departments in the past, but what I currently do, I'm an editor of a newspaper that's distributed to over 50 villages in the Northern Cape.
Okay.
Yeah, and the biggest thing about it is information, and how do
Yes.
we get it to our communities to make sure
Yes.
that their lives are changed and to make sure there's impact, actual
Yes.
impact.
Yes.
And the biggest thing about everything that I do is, yeah, changing the narrative
Yes.
in rural communities and um, in the youth and shifting the mindset.
So, what kind of content do you typically have in the
In the
newspaper?
newspaper. So what we try to do is that as much as it's we tell people about what's happening currently, we also try to change the narrative, like I said. So we try to have stories. A lot of things in the news are very negative. So we
Yes,
try to
yes,
tell black excellent stories where black
yes,
people are doing exceptional things.
yes,
Yeah, so we try to have information.
yes, yes,
Information. People ask me, "What's your passion in life?" I'm like, "Information is my passion. Making
yes,
sure that information get where it needs to get.
yes, yes,
It's important for me.
yes,
Because
yes,
when you look at people who are at certain places in life who've managed to nations, not even
yes,
people, nations,
yes,
look at what information has done for certain nations.
yes, yes,
So,
yes,
um, information is my passion, and we try to have to make sure that people get as much as information as they can. And what I try to do is that I also work with a lot of youth centers.
yes.
So we link the youth centers with what we have on the newspaper.
Okay.
So if you see something that intrigues you, something that
Okay.
you need to apply for,
Yes.
we can then send you to the youth center to go
Yes.
apply for the opportunities that you see. So this
Yes.
is just not the newspaper,
Yes.
but we're creating platforms for
Yes,
people
yes.
to actually take initiative and change their lives
Yes.
through information.
And so, what would you say has been one of your favorite black excellence stories? Like your favorite? Yes, I understand. I mean, they're all good, but one that just
There's
speaks to
so
you.
many because black people are so great. Black people
Yay,
are
black
so
power,
great.
black power.
Oh wow, there's so many. Where do we start? Um, I always say,
Or it
um,
could be that it's interesting, or it
yeah,
was something that
yeah,
you didn't expect.
I didn't expect. A while back, I met. Uh, I'm gonna talk about a friend of mine, right?
Okay.
And a lot of people, when they think black excellence,
Yes.
they think, you fed, I don't know, you did this grand thing, right? But I'm gonna talk about a very close friend of mine called Tlhalpa Moeletsi.
Okay.
I call him the first,
Okay.
right? Because he's the first to do everything in his family, and he just doesn't do those things. He leaves doors open for
Yes.
people in his family
Yes.
and in his community
Yes.
to be able to do things.
And I think it's so important. I mean, in the time that we're living
Yeah.
in, I'm just thinking, even the conversation we had, is that when we do get those opportunities, what are we doing, for others? And which is what led us to black tax. Yes, I know some of you know that,
Yeah,
quite
that,
well. But I mean,
yeah.
what, I mean, You spoke about that, and I just like how you defined it. That it's necessary. Just give your view. What to you? What is this black tax? Is it something that's negative? Is it something that's positive? I mean, even looking at the word, I
Yeah.
mean, some of us understand where it's coming from or have at least our own versions. But I mean, if you can just give your view.
So, okay. People always ask me, is what is black text to you? Is it a term? Is it a concept?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it something that that happens to only to black people only?
Yeah.
Which is also controversial on its own. So for me personally, I don't know about other people. For me, black text is a reality, and
Yes.
a reality of many people in this country and
Yes.
outside this country.
Yes.
And for me, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing or a negative,
Yeah.
especially in our generation.
Yeah.
The reality is we are a generation of firsts,
Yes.
right? And when you are privileged enough to change a generation and have an impact whereby the generation can change how they live
Yes.
and how they conduct themselves and their education, and
Yeah.
why not?
Yes.
And I had this conversation with my dad, and we were talking about how our kids or my kids
Mm.
will not grow up the same way that I did,
Yes.
and that's very closely aligned with the vision that you want to have.
Yes.
And a lot of things have to do with you giving back so that the other people are
Yes.
able to build with you as you build as a
Yes.
family.
Yes.
So, and when you look at black test from a huge part of it has to do with financials. I
Yes.
fully agree.
Yes.
But there's other elements of it, right?
Mm.
Black text is me understanding mental health
Yes.
and me knowing that there's family traumas
Yes.
and me being like being aligned with myself and knowing certain things and knowing that I can go to therapy
Yes.
and affording other people in my family the same
Yes.
opportunities so
Yes.
they can heal from past traumas,
Yes.
so that they can be able to execute things
Yes.
in the previous now in the present
Yes.
that are going to excel the family.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you are taking away but from yourself, but you are giving those people resources so
Yes.
that they are in a better place mentally.
Yes. It
So
could also be giving information like the
yes,
Mandela Washington Fellowship.
yeah, if you're gonna look at that as black text, that's the black text I'm willing to take. Like,
Yes.
give me that. I'm willing to carry that black text.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if me going out of my way to make sure that past traumas are healed, so that
Yes.
mentally we're in a better place, to make sure that economically we're in a better place.
Yes.
Because everything for me, everything has to align.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So how we in a better place financially when we're still dealing with financial illiteracy?
Yes. 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 And so, I'd like to find out. So, what are you going to do in Ethiopia? Can you let us in? Are we allowed to know about that?
No, not yet. After I come back and have pictures, I'm definitely letting you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
says she's gonna be in Cape Town sometime.
Yes.
And so we're gonna try and grab an opportunity to chat with her
Yes.
around what happened in
In
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
We want to know this time around. It's not what happens in Ethiopia stays in Ethiopia, right?
No. Nah. This time around, we telling what happened. We
Yes.
telling you the whole thing. Yeah.
Yes, and we're sharing stories.
We sharing stories. Yeah.
And just one last thing before we wrap up. You shared something that was so interesting, talking about the minimalist. I mean, I think
Yeah.
I've seen, but for me it was a white thing. I'm sorry to my white folks.
Yeah. People
Not
say
in a
that.
bad way.
People say that
But
a lot,
I think
yeah.
we just have things where we're like, this is a black thing, it's a white thing, this is a thing, this is a certain race thing. I mean, just how did you get introduced to it?
I remember I had a very privileged friend, and yeah, they were very privileged, and we went to their house, and he introduced us to the dad, and he was a minimalist. I've never been so intrigued. I was so intrigued because I've never seen something so simple be so beautiful,
Yes.
and something that was very intentional,
Yes.
like that. So minimalism for me is basically intentional living,
Yes.
taking what's necessary to get you ahead in life, whether it's
Yes.
the food that you eat, your
Yes.
travels, the book that you read,
Yes.
who you talk to, the company you keep.
Yes.
So minimalism, people use different terms for minimalism.
Yes.
I like to think I've decided that I intentionally live my life.
Okay. Yes.
I intentionally do what I do
Yes.
because there's a goal, there's a vision, there's lives that I want to change, and
Yes.
with everything that I've done and everything that I intend to do and everything that I intend to learn and unlearn,
Yes. Yes.
which is very important.
Yes.
Also, it's very important to be intentional. So at the core of my intentional living lies minimalism
Yes. Yes. Yes.
because it allows you to explore.
To also live out the things that don't matter to you,
Yes,
and just to do the things that
that
matter.
matters to you.
Leave the fluff and get down to the grind.
Says
So
basically.
Mpho,
Next
thank you
time,
so much.
next time we are in
Mpho, she owes us, all of us, an interview when she's
I'm
in
coming
Cape Town.
back. I'm coming back.
So we are in Kimberley for the for the next couple of days,
Yeah.
and it's really been awesome. We come here the last time we were here was last year, but last year we came a little bit more often, and the work that we're doing is really as well around impact. It's around bringing resources closer to people. I'm basically the pop-up American coordinator, where I bring resources to people closer into the communities. If it means we go to Halashiwe to have a workshop or training, that is what we do. And yeah, so that is the Pop Up American Corner model, which is funded by the US Consulate. And Umpho's actually just been back. She was in the States, and so she's just gotten
Yeah.
back, and now she's going to Ethiopia. So we'll see her when she comes back.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, viewers, I just want to say, be intentional. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to save money, be intentional. If you want to progress in your career, be intentional. This interview is really, I talk to people who are making a difference in people's lives, whether in their own lives or who are really, that's what their desire is. Otherwise, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe from A Different Lens with Yoli. Thank you.